Hi, welcome to IEEE's Dubai. So in this video, we are going to have a look at using the SQL map to exploit the vulnerability with respect to the SQL injection. Now we have an test website from Accunetics. It's called test phpvulnerable.web.com. Okay, we'll go to the PHP one. Okay, so how do you find whether the site is vulnerable for um, SQL injection attack? Now, if you look at the URL, there's actually a numeric, okay? And if you place in single quote, which is $27, now you see there is an error that is actually displayed by, displayed in this page. It says you have an error in your SQL syntax, checks the manual that corresponds to your MySQL server version, blah, blah, blah. It says MySQL fetch array, okay? Now, when you have an error message like this, okay, you need to take this URL and an excellent tool on Linux which is used for exploiting this vulnerability is called SQLmap. SQLmap -u, okay, and put this complete URL without the single quote. Okay, U for the URL. Okay, if you do SQLmap -h, you'll get the help for this particular command. Hit the enter key. And trying it out on this particular site is absolutely safe because this is an test website from Accunetics. So it says it looks like the backend DBMS is MySQL. Do you want to skip the test payload specific for other DBMSs? I say yes. Usually, the preferred choice is in the uppercase. Yes. For the remaining tests, do you want to include all the tests of MySQL? Yeah. Okay, it's running. It will display the databases and information schema as well. Information schema is just a skeleton structure of the database without any data. So in any of the website, legitimately that you can actually test and you find the information schema, you can ignore it. See what else is available for you. Get parameter cat is vulnerable. Do you want to keep testing the others? I would say no. So the backend database, so you got, what have you got? Logged into this particular one. Okay. No, I think I should have displayed the databases, DBS. Yeah, that's where it is. Yeah, we have got the information schema and we have got the AccuArt. Okay. Now, how does it actually work? We'll find the database. Within the database, you'll have a lot of tables. The tables will contain the columns, and columns will contain the data. Now, I know the database name, it's the, and then AccuArt, and I want to find the tables. So you've got artist cards, categories, featured, guestbook pictures, product, and users. Users should be an interesting one because whenever there's a user, it should have the username and the password. Yeah. Uppercase T. So table is users. I want to find the columns. So address card, CC, email, name, pass, phone, uname. So uname should be the username and pass is what I need. So the column C, uname, pass, dump. Let's dump it. Okay, so I've got username as test and pass as test. Now there's a test website where we're able to find the vulnerability with respect to the SQL injection, and we used SQLmap to find the databases, then the columns, so then the tables, and then the columns, and dump the value onto the screen. Okay, now wherever you find if you're going to have an SQL injection and you're finding a SQL injection vulnerability in the application, and when you use this tool to penetrate and then exploit and dump the data onto the screen, you need to actually do it before you take your application to the production, because if it's going to be live, threat landscape is going to be the large one, and we have multiple threat actors in the market who's actually going to try exploiting it. So it's all luck. If somebody's going to use the Google Docs to find out a website and your website get listed, then there's a fair chance that they may try the SQL injection vulnerability. And if you don't have a WAF, you have not taken care of the delimiter, which is the single quote or the semicolon, and the hackers will dump the data onto the screen. And this tool, if it's going to find out the hash value of the password, there are ways in which it can try to, I don't say dehash because hash is a one-way function. It'll try to match the hash value with a known dictionary, and it can also find out what exactly the password is. Yeah, it's a dangerous tool. So take care and use this tool in a legitimate way. And this is how you will exploit the SQL injection vulnerability. So wait for me for the next video. Cheers, then. Join us. Bye bye.